All right, everybody. So yeah, we're still on our creative will here. Where we got the last time was we basically, 18 years in the future, second part of the will. We'll later find out that her husband has died in the meantime. And she's now basically putting the second part of her will and testament to, well, I guess not to paper, but to papyrus. Where we got the last time was that this singer of Seth or Sutech was saying, now the name of Rennefer. We started with this, or we ended on this sentence, I should say. Ihnen we brought, past tense, past ZMF, Ihnen, Chem, a servant. I guess that should be a Chemet with a T at the end, but at this point in time, final T's have long been silent. So in any case, a female servant of the name, it doesn't say of the name, but here comes right away, comes the name after the quote-unquote title. It was Diuni, presumably Hathor. It doesn't say Tor. It just says Chatri. But several authors make a case for this being Hathor. Diuni Hathor Ireu. In other words, Hathor has given me a companion. So that's the name. And we brought her Ersunet. We brought her for a price. In other words, we purchased her. In other words, this is not somebody who was just brought in, but this is a commercial transaction. So yeah, that's where we left it the last time. And she continues then with more details about this new addition to her household. And I would say if anybody just wants to take it from here, I'll do the usual, transcribe it. And let's try to go a bit quicker. I wonder how far we can get in the text today.
Can I just quickly say something, Aurelio?
Of course.
It does seem as though he's bought a female slave to be his concubine or whatever we want to say. And I was in another class the other day and they were talking about how when Romans purchased female slaves, often they'd end up, attributing lovely tombstones to them. And so just want to point that out. And secondly, to say it's very strange because I always think of her name as being Jennifer, but it's not that, is it?
Jennifer? No, not quite. Actually, I have no idea what does Jennifer come from?
No idea.
Jennifer. I don't know.
Tell me, what is her name? The Egyptian lady's name?
So the lady of the house in the first part she was referred to as Nanefer, and now she's referred to as Rennefer or Rennefer, like beautiful name basically, which can also be, or which is the normal Egyptian word for alias or nickname. But that would be constructed differently. You sometimes see it like person so and so with the Rennefer with the nickname of something, and then comes that nickname. But that's not the case here. And I found at least one statue of a couple of hundred years or maybe 300 years before the people here in question, where the wife was also called Rennefer. So that is a name that does actually exist as a female name by itself, and not just as the word nickname.
And so, she's not who's the slave girl?
The slave girl is called Dioni Hathor Iri.
And is this the first time we've heard about this slave girl?
This is new. This was not in the first one.
So the wife's called Jennifer, except not Jennifer, and now we've got a slave girl.
I love it that you just renamed her to Jennifer. I mean, hey, she changed name already, so why not one more time? But yeah, no.
Jennifer has a Celtic language family origin. So
okay, thank you.
There are different versions of it in Celtic languages.
Yeah, I was joking.
Interesting.
I was joking. But a quick question: you said that you got the slave as his companion. Does that imply concubine to you?
Well, you'll find out in the next sentence. Actually,
it does to me. Okay, right. Open out.
It's great preview. I mean, it's
Yeah. Sorry, did you guys talk about the superscript hieroglyphs in the last video? above Hathor?
I don't think we did. Let's have a
We don't
quick.
have to, but I just wanted to wonder what those are. Looks like tea, something
It's a
tea.
T, and it really looks like it could very well be a T. This is definitely a reed leaf. And this here is consistent with how you normally write T. In other words, like this and this basically, and this.
And there's
So
just a one T before it. So there's a bread loaf and then the bilateral T sign and then a reed leaf. Or sorry, yeah, then a reed leaf. I after it.
I'm not quite sure where you're at now.
Like right before it, there's that small mark that shows up in the
This here.
transcription. Is that a T? Like
that
just
belongs.
a single consonant bread loaf?
You read that right. It's correct. However, it's not above the line. It's inside the normal text, if that makes any sense. Sorry, not inside.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. It's
So
with the
this is
main glyph.
so this is Hut, the house, and then it has a
Okay.
T, and then it has a per at the bottom. So
Okay.
just like how you'd spell it in a lot of words. The interesting thing here is indeed that there's another little T here.
Oh.
And I'm not sure why that was added, honestly.
Because in the transcription in hieroglyphic, it has something before the TI biliteral.
The
I
little
wasn't
A,
sure
you
what
mean?
that.
Oh, that is
Oh,
just
that's an A.
that's just
That's
an A. Yeah,
That's a modern note. Okay, got it.
that's a modern note. Yeah, good point.
Yeah, all right, cursive.
You got it. So yeah, that's her name. Diony Hatte or Hathor, maybe, who knows? Iri. Or I always want to say Ireo because that's what it becomes in Coptic companion. For a price. In other words, we bought her. And then yeah, how does the story go on? And
Sorry, I can do some bits here.
let's do it. Awesome.
Well,
Now,
it goes after the Sawun, the price, or well, Sawun, is that a price or a purchase? It's something to do with that, isn't it?
the word itself is price, but to ini, to bring, ersunut is to bring for a price. In other words, to purchase.
Right.
It's like a compound verb, basically.
Right. And then it goes on, you s or set ms. She gave birth, and then on the next line, three heridu, three children.
Perfect. You got it. Pa shomt, or yeah, three. Actually, pi. Sorry, I got that wrong. Pa
Oh,
shomt.
pi, yeah, to these three children.
Correct. I guess that has here we can really write a W because there is one. Although, frankly, they also write a W in the singular. So, for what it's worth, let's continue. Yeah, very good.
Then it's wa aha. I can't make sense of that.
Yeah.
One wa, I assume.
Is that a W here? Achauti or achati? I think there's a W in the middle, even though it's. Is it written? Well,
I'm looking at the harpoon sign is a wa, isn't it?
Correct. So this is wa, and then this here is read, I believe, ahauti. Let me double check that.
Aha, something.
It's the aha sign. You got it. The aha sign. I love that. That sounds funny. Bear with me for one quick moment. I don't want to tell you anything wrong, so. Ahauti, where are you? Does it have a W?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're right.
It has one, right?
I think it's how, yeah.
Why can't I find it?
Is it T? T-I-W?
T-I-W?
I mean, that is the TU sign, but for some reason, I think Aurelio's right that this is a how T, even though it's written with the TU.
So that's not the olive burr, that's a TU.
Yeah.
Got it.
They are
just looking at it.
indistinguishable.
Okay, that's good. They're the same.
In any case, it means male. The word itself is a standard expression. So think of it like caballero in Spanish, who's okay. See the thumbs up. That's the way how I remember it, because technically that is a knight, right? But you just use
We had this in Horus and Seth. That's the only reason I remember it, because they referred to when Isis is telling the lie about her dead husband, they refer to him with this word. Like
All right. Ahau looks to me like something like a fighter.
That's what
Yeah,
it
it's a
means.
shield and a mace or something, I think.
Yeah.
I think it comes from the verb to fight. Aha. But this here, basically, this deverbal noun, the fighter, quote unquote, is also just the standard word for male. So wa
That's
ahauti.
one male,
Mhm.
and then it's Sethemet, 3. So 3 female.
3 or
Three
how
women.
many?
So isn't it 3? Oh, 2. Sorry, 2.
Perfect.
Sethemut, 2.
Okay. And I'm all over the place with my J's versus Y's. Just bear with me there. But yeah, Sethi
Make the
Mitzinte.
best of it.
This is what the T is. It's the feminine ending of snau. So it's not snau, but it's sinte in Coptic.
No.
So 2 women. You had it right. And then this one here could be tricky. This actually has a sound value when
Oh,
in something like this. Easy to forget. I'll just give it to you. Damage,
oh,
which is like total in sum.
yeah.
Off.
Total
Off.
3.
That's
But
it.
damage previously was a sort of pair of flails.
This thing here. This is what it normally looks like.
Yeah, that's the thing
But
I know.
often they abbreviate it, especially like in sums or something like this and then total. It can be abbreviated with the Y1 glyph. So yeah, you had it. Oops. I have my Egyptian
Okay.
on.
So in total 3.
Total 3. Great job.
I think I ought to bow out there. I'm doing too well. I'm going to grind to a halt in a minute.
Well, great job, though. So yeah, so to Rebecca's question, she has given birth to 3 children, 1 male, 2 female, in total 3. I'm not sure why we have to repeat this, but okay. To these 3 children. Now, it is not mentioned who the husband is. But a lot of commentators on this text have surmised that the husband in question here is actually Rennefer's husband. Note that this is not being said.
Yeah, it makes sense, and that would explain why he doesn't want the children to get the inheritance. Because I was thinking, if the children were the children of him and the slave girl, then they would be genuine heirs. If it's anything like Roman law.
That's an interesting question, though, because would the children...
Isn't he already dead?
He's already dead.
Oh, sorry.
I'm confused. Isn't this like 18 years later and he's already dead? Or am I...
There is a little bit of...
Right.
Oops, there is a little bit of dispute, but later in the text it will actually...
And that the wife bought this slave?
No, she says we. So it's definitely the slave was bought when he was still alive, because you clearly have Inen here.
Okay.
Never mind.
The part
I
of
can do the next bit as well.
Go again.
Well, it then goes on. Hang on, I've lost where we are. Ichai. Ooh, I took them.
Yes, beautiful. Yeah, that's a
right.
That's a whatchamacallit, a suffix pronoun afterwards, yeah.
Yeah. And then it's another must be Saanic. Ooh.
That's correct. Saanic.
And I fed them, nourished them.
Correct. Want to go on?
Oh. No, I think I have to really stop this time. Someone else. Ben is just waiting to have a go at this.
Oh, okay. I could try a bit. Let's see. So we have UE, deet, or
correct.
Detier. Detieri u. Sure, the vocab there entirely. And then see.
Oops.
Is that yeah?
Hang on, I lost my. I was trying to stay in one system, and of course I failed.
Maybe that's
That's correct.
I'm not sure what Okay, so great. And then A'u,
Correct.
or I guess maybe that's not pronounced. And then you. Oh, this is my favorite. One of my favorite glyphs is Pe thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not sure what the. Oh, it's just EUE Pe. Okay, because it's first person. Okay. And then Ha Heru. So day.
Hero. Mm-hmm. That's right.
And then EE. No. E like I and then Y, or I dot I or J dot JY,
J.
or just J dot Y.
Where are you? You here?
Right there,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. This whole thing is in group writing. It's a
Okay.
common proposition. I would just transcribe it as idim. It becomes
Idim,
nim
okay.
or men in Coptic.
Group writing meaning that it's a sort of an abbreviation, like a standard.
It's more
I've
like
heard that term thrown around.
more like
Okay.
katakana in Japanese. Basically, what you use is you use like little words like I, ra, ma, etc., and use that to spell out the sound instead of using the traditional Egyptian orthography. It's
So
normally
it's kind of
used
like acrophonic a little bit.
kinda. It's more, yeah. Maybe it's kinda. It can be acrophonic, but it's more. Maybe you're right. That's an interesting question. How much the vowels, like for example, if you have the word ra in there, mouth, does it just stand for the consonant R, or does it stand for the syllable ra? That's a really interesting question that I'm not prepared to give an answer on.
Um,
But in any case, it's normally used to transcribe foreign words, like, for example, names
okay.
of foreigners or recent loan words. But it's also
Okay.
interestingly used for some good old Egyptian words. And also it's used for like dialect words and things that don't have a standard Middle Egyptian spelling. So it's a bit of a mixed bag. It can be used for foreign or for Egyptian words. It's basically like a separate set of orthography. In this case, I would transcribe that as idim. And then, of course, there is
Irim.
the pronoun, idimu.
Okay. And then Irim.
And I apologize. Yeah,
Oh,
there's
just Irimu, and you don't transcribe the ion under there.
correct.
Okay.
Correct.
I can just start with that. I
All
guess.
right. Sounds good.
Okay.
So what do you make out of it?
See, so see where I started. So this is I yeah. I gave to them. Let's see.
I gave, yeah.
Iri and Irium is just like or Iriu, sorry, is to them the great this great thing.
Yeah, I'll admit that this construction is a bit weird.
Sure.
I took them, in other words, I took them in, right? I nourished them. I gave, and then EDU, what do you think that is? Oh, let's put it this way. After to give, what verb form very often comes after that?
Oh, like I granted that they have.
Correct. So I gave that they made pa'au, which is
Okay.
really, really weird.
Is
I'll just
this
do
kind of like a causative?
exactly.
Like, okay, so I allowed them to be great, or I
Exactly.
made them great.
Exactly. Great in this sense of growing up. So
Right.
basically a bit more liberally in English.
Like I raised them right, kind of.
Correct. You got it. Exactly.
Okay, cool. Nice.
Perfect. And then
Okay. And then I always forget what pet is. I really love that glyph, and it's just like it looks like what it means, but or how it sounds, but I always forget what it is. Is it small or
not quite.
no, I always forget.
Pech as a verb is to reach, to arrive.
Okay. And so then it's I reached or I arrived at it's literally I reached the day Irim and I'm not sure what Irim is
Nim in Coptic.
probably a preposition. What is it?
It's mun or nim in Coptic, depending on dialect.
Oh, okay, with them.
Correct. And
Okay,
Paho in Coptic would be, I think, Po or Pro, meaning today.
Oh,
So,
okay.
so
I reached, or I arrived with them today.
correct. In the sense of I reached today together with them, in the sense of like we're still together. We got here
Oh,
together.
until now, kind of.
Until now, exactly.
Okay, cool.
Very good.
It's like usquead in Latin a little bit. Like until,
Something like that. Yeah.
yeah, something like that. Okay, great, cool.
Perfect. Good job. All
Thanks.
right. So she's basically taken those kids in, and she's brought them up, and they've been staying with her until today. And it goes on. Anybody wants to take the next EU statement?
You,
Mhm.
tem,
Mhm.
irit, ben,
Uh,
her, iu, irit,
mhm.
any,
Mhm.
nefer,
Mhm. Oops. Mhm.
iu men,
Mhm.
sheri,
Mhm.
sherit.
That's right.
So, and they did not do ill against me, basically. They never did anything bad against me, to me.
Mhm.
And they did, to me good. They were good to me. And there are no children. There are no sons or daughters.
Correct. And maybe go on
Need more.
until here. Mhm.
Inen emnetiu.
Perfect.
There are no sons or daughters.
Inen can mean a ton of different things. So it can be the pronoun we, first person plural, which doesn't make any sense here. It can be a word that means if. We'll encounter that in a little bit. And it can mean apart from.
Oh, apart from those.
Exactly. Apart from them.
Apart from among them, basically. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got it. So, and there are no other children, quote unquote, of mine. In parentheses, of mine, apart from them. That's right. Mun is, what is it? Imon in Coptic, I believe. Is that right? No, in any case, they are not. You had it correct. Very good.
I think it's men in Coptic.
I think it's men actually.
I think,
Imon
but I'm not
is
sure.
no, right? Imon is when you say no, but the opposite of one is men. I think you're right.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, correct. All right. So we got until here. Great job. Shall we continue? Or if you like, I can do one, just to skip ahead a little bit. So far we've talked about the kids. Then we have you heri ich. You heri ich. You heri ich pendiu. Pendiu is a personal name. You heri ich pendiu aku. Aku? Aku piper. 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 Hang on. UF. UF. Iret. Iret. Ta. Imen. Not. No, sorry. Newt. Imen. Tayu. I'll translate it in a moment. Tayu. I guess, Senet art Hime. So let's break here. So a new person enters the stage here, and Heri Ich was the stable master. Remember, we don't know stable of horses or of cows, but in any case, he's in charge of stables. The stable master Pandiu. That's his name here. Not completely sure what that actually means. Pandio, Aku, enter, right? So then the stable master Pandio entered Er Piper into my house, basically, out of direction. Not M, because that would be in, like locative in. Out is the direction of. So he entered my house. You have eaten, and he made Ta Niud Amun, that's the name of one of the girls that we just talked about, because remember, she doesn't have any kids of her own. So Ta Niud Amun, Tayu Senet Art. I'm adding the T's because of the article, you know that this has to be a feminine word. So it's Etsone in Coptic, their sister, actually. Their sister Art, their elder sister. So he made their elder sister Emchimet into a wife. So in other words, this person now enters the household and becomes the husband of the elder sister of the two girls that were just mentioned. We also got the name of that girl. I'll do one more and then I'll hand back again. You Inexu. So that's interesting. Inexu. This may look a little bit odd, but keep in mind that these pronouns can be mine, yours, etc. And he is mine. So you pai Sherry. Being as, no, not Sherry. What am I saying? Rubbish. Pai son. Sherry. It's thinking like this is getting weird. Being my younger brother. So this person that enters the house, apparently, I'm wondering how to read this. I read this as he is indeed her younger brother, I'm guessing. Or is she saying that he is like a younger brother to me? I have to admit, I'm a tad confused by that, because if it is really her younger brother, like from birth, you would think she would have mentioned that very much at the beginning, right? When she says this stable master so and so is entering the household, wouldn't you have said at that point in time, he's my younger brother? Or is this more like an afterthought? Hey, by the way, I should mention this. I'm not completely sure. Him being my younger brother, I would take this, I would say like 70% likelihood it means he's really her younger brother. And this is not just a way to express that she sees him as a family member now. Hang on. And then she says, Yui Shesep. And I took Shesep Tuf. That's funny, because it should be Shesepef. I took him, but she puts a tuf here because so many verbs end with a t in the infinitive that this here becomes like a pronoun. In more quote unquote traditional grammar, this should be Shesepef, but they're adding an extra two in here. Sheseptuf, Nes. Nes for her. Nessa. Okay. Nessa. Dise. Empa. Okay, I forgot something. Nesse. Su MD se empacheu. Empacheu. Okay, so last part. So I took him for her, Nessie. Su MD se empacheu. And he is with her today. All right. So quick recap. What do we have? They brought in a slave girl to the house. That lady gave birth to 3 children total, 2 girls, one male. Then enters a stable master by the name of Pendiu, who seems to be the younger brother of the lady of the house, marries the elder of the slave girl sisters, and stays with her in the house. Basically, she takes him in, and they're now all staying together until this day. All right.
So, husband Aurelio.
The husband is dead, but I don't think she has said that yet, has she?
So, husband dies. These children come from a slave girl. Is that right?
That's correct.
And then she brings in her younger brother.
Correct.
And he lives with his sister, the widow of the dead man, and almost the uncle of the children.
I suppose he's the uncle of the children, and he's also now the husband of the elder girl.
Oh, what? That means he's married his niece.
You don't want to think that through too much, but yeah.
Is it possible that when she's taking him as a younger brother is sort of a way of giving him a designation within the family, and then he's not actually a blood relative? I'm just trying to make it less gross. But maybe instead of calling him a son-in-law, she's calling him a younger brother, like for legal purposes. I don't know.
I've wondered about that. That's what I'm saying. It's like 70-30 in my mind. Is he really her like biological younger brother, or is that just a title that she's picked out now to say you're like a younger brother to me? I'm wondering about that.
Is the word here being used as more so companion than brother? I know the word sinny can also mean companion.
It can.
Sort of like friend, sort of.
Well, companion as in like a close person to you, yeah. So like someone that you're close with. My second, someone that you're.
It can. With. Brother has. Makes sense. And of course, brother is also the term among lovers, right? Although then you wouldn't combine it with younger.
Yeah, there's that poem, and I think it's in Middle Egyptian, but there's a love poem that calls someone a sister, which is really weird. But
yeah, also in the Old Testament, I think this isn't the Song of Songs. Doesn't he say, "Oh, my sister, my wife," or something like that?
As far as weirdness is concerned, I mean, for example, if you go to Vietnamese, calling the male in a relationship your elder brother, and then the opposite direction, he would use the term younger sister. That is completely normal, like in Vietnamese love songs.
Well, this is Abraham. You know, we're supposed to think it's a bad thing that Abraham said his wife Sarah was his sister, but actually, everybody could have been reading it incorrectly. If in fact it was way of saying she's my pal, my soulmate. But I think
no, I would say that's unlikely because the Pharaoh then, unless the king in that story misunderstands the grammar there terribly, because he really assumes he's really the sister. Bad things happen to.
This is exciting. But so just to clarify, the dead husband takes in a slave girl and has children with her.
Correct.
And then the widow takes in the groom, the stable boy.
Not stable boy, stable master. He has a managing position.
Very egalitarian. So, well, this is all very, very puzzling.
I mean, it's an interesting family, no doubt. I'm trying to find the passage where she says that her husband died. I think that comes later. We don't know that yet, but I know it is somewhere in the text. So yeah, these must be the circumstances at this point in time.
I have a quick grammar question, if that's all right, about
of course.
Not to get us too off track with the whole anyway, but with the Enaksu, what exactly is happening with that? I mean, I know Enak, isn't that I? and then Sue is he.
Right. So
So
this is kind of similar to like a nefer Sue sentence where you have like an adjective in front and then a dependent pronoun as the subject. Now the part, let's see, there's getting a chat coming in. It's called the Adoption Papyrus, I believe, Rebecca, just to answer that question real quick, what the document is called. Gardiner called it Adoption Extraordinaire, for good reason. So back to the Inexu. So imagine, how do I do this? Like if you wanted to say, I'm good, it would be Nefersu, right? In good old Middle Egyptian.
right.
And if you want to say of mine, an adjective, you can use those dependent pronoun. You can use that dependent pronoun. Enek also
Oh, so it
stands
shows
for,
possession.
it's like
So
belonging
like
to
there
me.
is to me, I have. sort of.
Correct. Exactly. So it's like a mihi in Latin almost.
Right. Yeah. It's kind of like a dative thing.
Kind of.
Kind
Belonging
of,
to
sort of.
me, Sue. He is belonging to me. So
Okay.
that's a good question because you don't see these all the time, but they're frequent enough to be a thing. Basically, it's not unique to this text.
Right, that's helpful. I also was wondering about the spelling of the name. Was that group writing with the I think it was the name of Ta?
Ta Niud Amun.
Where do you get the first N in that word? Is that part just another spelling of it somewhere, or Ta
You mean
Niud?
the Niud? Niud is city, and it's just normally
Oh,
spelled
okay.
like this.
Got it. Okay.
It may have been pronounced not at this point in time, based
'Cause I
on.
see the men before it, and I thought that was written afterwards. Is that just a
honorific transposition? It seems to be
okay, got it.
seems to be the city of Amun. I mean,
Oh, because it's Amun is put first. That makes sense. Okay.
correct.
Got it. Okay. Thank you.
Not sure why, but then some people today also get named after cities. So, like, I don't know, Chelsea or something. So maybe it's one of those things. I'm just
Makes sense.
okay. Very cool. So yeah, we've gotten this far. Any more questions on
Romulus
these?
too.
Say again?
That's the opposite. Romulus city. Never mind.
Yeah, that's the other way around, isn't it? Although I wouldn't be surprised if Romulus is a made-up name, and the city's name was there first.
Yeah, it's like which came first. It's like Athena and Athens.
Right, exactly. Very cool. So, how do I get rid of this stuff? Hang on. There we go. So, and I think now we have all the players. What happens next? So, she gave the girl to him, or the other way around. Actually, the way she says it is, I took him for her. Interesting. So she doesn't say, I gave the girl to him, but actually the opposite. I gave her a husband. Interesting. And he is with her until today. Empacho. Okay. All right. Now it gets interesting. If that wasn't interesting enough. Let's do the next part.
Right. Well, it starts Herr Peter.
Herr Peter, yeah. Hang on. I'm too slow. Transliteration, where are you? Herr Peter.
Oh. Yeah. Eerie. Here, there's no subject to this sentence.
Yeah, added a little E. I think there's a first person missing. There is one other possible interpretation. Could it be a passive Iri? Maybe, but I think it's easier to just
We've
assume
made, or it could be I made.
I think it's I made. Let's go with I made.
I made her M, which is I think of as,
Mhm.
and I assume the thing above is going to be what she's made as. Cool.
So this up here, I think is familiar.
Oh, something Remit.
Ramage. That's right.
Something Remit.
Ramage Nemech. And that is a free person.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Not any kind of Ramage Nemech, but a Ramage Nemech.
N.
Mhm.
Ata.
Mhm.
N. Oh, Pera.
That's right. Mhm.
Enkujas Seneb.
Mhm.
Enkujas Seneb.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So that would be the first part. Yeah.
So I made her a free person of the land of Pharaoh.
Correct. That's right. All right. Want to go on or?
N. Nen.
So
You.
there's the inen again. It can mean we. It can mean if. It can mean but for. And it can mean
I
two
guess
other
it's
things.
if at this point.
Yes, it's if. You got it.
Inen. I must get that in my head. Inen eu se mers. It's sort of yes. If she gives birth,
Mhm.
then
This is tricky. Yeah.
yeah. Oh, ben shrit. Oh, either a son or a daughter.
Brilliant. Yep, that's correct.
It's that funny construction. Ben this, ben that.
Correct. Even though it has a positive meaning, just like you said. Yep.
So we're getting on to what happens if she has a son or a daughter.
Correct.
Oh,
What happens then?
oh, but it looks like they're becoming Nemech as well.
Very good.
Can't get the words for it, but I think I've got the sense.
You got it. So they also remich, remich nemech. Nemech.
And Pata and Para.
And
Submitted.
ta and per yeah.
Yes, and aha, and then submitted, I think means likewise or something. Mitted is similar, means
you're right.
similar or the same.
Just one little correction. The S belongs to the final synap of per
Oh, does it?
So
All right. Mitted.
Mittet.
Mittet, the same,
Mittet.
likewise.
And do you happen to know Aka?
Oh.
Not the
I do. I've come across it before, but I can't.
It was somewhere in the session on adverbs. Exactly.
Oh, it does. It is exact. Oh, so it's mittet, aka. Those go together
Correct.
in exactly the same way.
That's it.
So they're all going to be free men.
Exactly. So no
Free
exceptions here. This is legalese. Like you had it. If any children are born to her, basically, or if she bears any children, doesn't matter if girl or boy, they will be free people as well.
Sen, and even more, if I haven't said it enough times already.
Correct. Exactly the same. Mitet aka. So there's a seps now at the bottom to emphasize that it's exactly the same manner. Very cool. So here we have the decree to make them all free. Yeah, quite pretty.
This is great. So the whole lot. So it starts off with various people, and now the formerly enslaved people and their offspring are going to become free people.
Correct. as far as her household is concerned, yes.
Okay, well, this is really interesting, isn't it?
It's cool, huh? Here's a little slice of life from, 3,100 to 3,200 years ago? More like 3,100.
And I do, as you say, I love the fact that it's so similar to our kind of legal, the way you cover every base unless you have a bad lawyer.
Yes, exactly. Leave no ambiguity so that nobody can later come and say, hey, this is, but you didn't cover this.
Yeah,
No
like
loopholes allowed.
generation, will they also be free people? I hope so. I would have added, and there's heirs and successors for all time, in perpetuity.
Perpetuity, yeah,
Yeah,
that would
definitely.
probably be a good idea.
Because then what about the grandchildren and great-grandchildren?
Correct.
Yes,
correct,
exactly.
correct.
That's what I say, in perpetuity.
Definitely.
You're a better lawyer than they had at the time.
They had a door kind of thing, like unto ages of ages.
Right. Which, as you guys will remember, we have actually seen in this one Coptic document from, like, I don't know, 1,500 years later, where it's exactly spelled out. If somebody from afar or near, an uncle or great uncle or great great uncle or whatnot, it just basically goes on for like a whole paragraph, all the possible things. And I forgot who it was on this call who proposed that people were paid by the word when they wrote the papyrus. Who knows? But yeah,
Just like modern lawyers, then.
probably.
Paid by the sign, and there would be so many more group writings.
Good point. So yeah, but no, let's not forget this is remarkable. So not only has she found the elder one a husband, or the other way around, who knows who found whom here, but now also set the whole family free. So then what about Pendio? What about the stable master? That's the next part coming up.
Do we know the status of the stable master? Is that like an unimportant person, or a terribly important enslaved person, or an employee?
So like a middle manager.
Yeah, but was they enslaved?
I doubt that. I doubt that because all the people who signed on the first page were all stable masters, and so was the husband Nanefer himself. So they all have that position. What I'm wondering is, in the New Kingdom, horses really become a thing. They're not so much of a thing in Middle and Old Kingdom. Wait, I shouldn't say that for Middle, but definitely cavalry is a New Kingdom thing. Now you're looking at basically having that being a significant branch of the military. If these are stable masters of horses, I could think that could actually be quite prestigious, because you're essentially in charge of the tanks. Not too bad. If this is stable master of cows, well, I mean, you're still dealing with significant assets. So I don't think it's a. I think like lower middle management or something to middle management is probably a good description. We're not talking about governor level, but we're not talking about absolute commoner, but probably a little bit up on the hierarchy, but not too high. What would that be? Lower middle class or something? I'm trying to find.
I was thinking more about them managing other enslaved people under them.
Probably.
Sort of like that kind of middle management. But if they all get that designation, maybe there's not like a hierarchy within the enslaved communities.
No, but you're right. A stable master needs stable boys, right? I mean, you would assume that they have some people whom they can chase around. That's a good point.
So would this only be freeing the stable masters and their descendants, but not if they had people working under them that were also enslaved but weren't related?
I think this goes with the family here. So basically, the way she specifies it is anybody that's now in my household, well, or at least all the people mentioned here.
That's what I mean. Like, that's in the household include. There might be other enslaved people who aren't freed here. I don't know.
Exactly. It's not specified.
Important to mention the stable master was always free here.
Is
the stable master was always free.
It's
the wife that is the slave.
That's the wife.
Oh, right. Thank you.
Right. Yeah, good point. Thank you. All right. Should we continue a little bit? I think we still have a few more minutes.
Yeah, I can go.
All right, awesome. So we're down here.
And we have you, Iram, and then we have Her Ihipendiu.
Oh, sorry. Hang on.
Her
We switch over.
Ihipendiu.
Bendiu.
Pai. And Sen Sheri. Wait, no. Pai Sen. Yeah, Sen Sheri. Inuk. Did I miss something? Inuk. Okay. And then we have you, Na Sheri. Iram. Tau. Senet Eat. Senet. Impa per. No, it's not. Impa per. Oh, Pa Diu.
Yeah. Same name, spelled differently.
Digging his name.
Oh boy. How do I... Yeah, continue down here. It's actually already the next sentence, but it all belongs together, so it's okay. So...
I lost place. Impa per Pa Pindiu. Oh, and then Her Ihi Pai Sen Sheri.
Correct. Pai Sen Sheri.
I might as well go ahead and finish it, right?
Might as well, yeah.
Inuk tu tui.
Correct.
ERF NE.
ERF.
That which he gave to me.
ERF, yeah. Nee, I wonder if the sentence goes on, because that looks incomplete. Let me see what happens on the next page. Not cooperating. Yeah, here we go.
Sheri.
Sheri M.
Impaheru.
Empajeru.
Miked.
Perfect. Miked. All right. Wow. So this is something. I'm not sure how to best do this. Hang on. It's going to be a bit
Modern
messy.
problems require modern solutions.
Yeah, that's right. And I thought I had copied it in, but apparently I didn't succeed. But yeah, want to give it a quick translation?
Yeah, I was trying to find. I lost my place. I was trying to.
Yes, I apologize. I'm not sure how to do this properly.
Where is it?
Like this, maybe.
And let me find, where were we at here? I know I see the transliteration, but the glyphs I think would probably be easier.
I'm with you. What did we have?
I see.
I think it was here, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, right there. Okay. And so, and us, I guess, and we also.
Is it we?
Oh, they.
They.
Yep. And they also. And then we have Pin, the guy's name again, Her Ich Pindiu.
One little correction. Irim is with, not also.
With.
Irim.
Okay. With. Yeah, it makes better sense. With Her in Padi, this guy's name. This brother's child.
Sancheri.
A little boy.
Not quite. Sant is what?
Son. Oh yeah, son. So a child.
Not quite.
Shetty. Shetty's not a little child anymore? I thought Shetty.
So Sherry by itself is indeed son. You're correct. But as an adjective, it means little. And so a son Sherry is, or sen Sherry is a
little brother.
perfect. Exactly. So pai san Sherry is
So this little brother of mine.
correct. Correct. You have it perfect. Anak means of mine. She could have said pai san Sherry, but she chose the substitution because probably she wants to say this. So pai, you got it. So they are staying with this little brother of mine, comma, Yuna Sherry.
And let's see. Wait, is that our or yours? That's our, yeah. Ours. Shetty again. Wait. Shetty. Are they repeating the same thing? And our children here, or
Similar, but na is actually not our. There's no, it's not nine. It's just na.
oh, so not this would be the or those
Correct.
children.
Those children, the children, yeah.
And I'm gonna say also again, not also. And you just told me what it meant. Edom. Why do these things be killing me? What is Edom again? It's not
Almost the same as MD, ochena. With.
Okay. And with you with their eldest sister.
Correct. So the kids are staying with the elder sister.
In the house, I guess the residence of Badiou.
Which is the same guy, the younger brother.
And then we have, I guess, and Bahed Ihu Bindiu.
Right. It's just like a title, basically. Staying in the house of Badiou, Pai, Heri Ich, San, Sheri, Anak.
and my little brother, Sheri, and my little brother of mine.
Yeah, just there's no M. So it's basically, and the kids are staying with their elder sister in the house of Badiou, this little brother of mine. So she's being a bit wordy here.
Hang on, is the stable master the little brother of hers?
Yes.
Oh, so the younger brother.
Correct.
Okay, so great happy family then.
Exactly. So it seems. Unless, actually, I'm wondering, she is, well, let's see. Is she staying with them or have they all moved? Are they staying in Pandio's house? Let's see. Let's finish the sentence. And
It says in the house of Pendiu, the stable
Correct.
master, my brother.
Otherwise, you would have said my house, right? So it looks like they're actually staying now. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. So,
But I mean, he must live near the horses somewhere.
I'm assuming they're all in the same village. I mean, it's not a village; it's a small city, right? This Sperumeru or whatever it's called, Sperumeru. It's a bigger town or bigger, yeah. I'm assuming they're close to each other. Who knows? Let's finish the sentence real quick. I know we're going over time, so I apologize for that.
I think we're at that relative. Feels like a relative form anyway. And that which gave to me something or supplied to me.
That's a really interesting question again. Let me take this out because there's just too much clutter. So, hang on. I try to fix this here somehow.
He placed. Brother's house.
Oh, is it because I have the transliteration keyboard on? You can't do copy paste with that. That's the problem. For some reason, it doesn't take. All right, last part. I think what you had was, if I remember correctly, Tui, Iref, Ni, Sheri, Pacheu, Miked. Actually, Mikedu, Aka. So let's translate that real quick.
Okay. All right, so this Dewey, I see the ENF Dewey. Let's see, what's this Dewey here?
So what is this Tui thingy?
Is this I that which he gave to me? Is that the subject? Well, no, it's not the subject.
Yes, no, it's the subject pronoun. You're correct.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That which he gave to me.
Just going to type the salient parts again.
The child, house of the child. Today, likewise.
What would you think it is if I did this?
So we have a hair, the infinitive. So I gave him, or I prepared him.
Yeah, although the basic meaning of ir is
Made.
of iri.
Oh, to do make.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Right.
made him.
Just go literal. It actually works. I made him.
I made him for me
Sheri.
as a child
Or a son, yeah.
or a son in the house today, likewise, something like that, right?
House or hero is?
Today, excuse me. Right. The day, today.
Correct.
Likewise.
So she's not done with her adoption spree. Not only has she adopted the slave whom she set free, has she adopted her? No, she just set them free, right? She set them free and she married the elder daughter to her younger brother, and now she is making the younger brother into her son. Is your head spinning yet?
Jeez.
It's happy families, isn't it?
I mean, this is a legal construct of thoughts. I've seen like domestic trusts and the like before, but this is interesting. So her husband adopted her while he was still alive. Now she set free the servant who probably had her husband's children, married her younger brother to the elder servant daughter, and now adopts her younger brother. Confused yet?
Well, meanwhile, I've been doing some research on this whilst you lot have been translating. It turns out there's a whole major studies on this. So basically, the top boss is called the overseer of horses, and that's kind of when you've got so important, you're almost non-executive. Then if you get called the stable master, then that's also important. So kind of very middle management. The work's done by the grooms. There's big issues about status and how it all works. So, and our text is used a lot. There says another question is how one became a stable master. Then it goes on. So it's the whole thing. In the 20th dynasty, the adoption papyrus names 7 stable masters as witnesses to the legal proceedings, implying they all came from the same community and social group. this trend suggests not only that it was somehow common to have multiple stable masters in the same community, but that it was positioned closely tied to a particular social group in a particular area. Blah, blah, blah. So there we go.
Interesting. Do you have a link for that paper? Or
yes. Yes. I'll try and do it now, and I'll try and put it in the chat, even though I know we're over time.
Okay. Let's put it on the Discord chat, because the chat for the session here is going to get lost once the session's over.
Okay. I might just send it to you, Aurelio, because I'm a bit challenged.
All right.
Then you can put that. It's a PhD in 2021
Great find, cool. By the way. Very cool. All right, guys, we're way over time. I apologize.
No, very.
That was my fault. Sorry.
No, not at all. It's actually a very long test. All right.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Good weekend, everyone.
Bye.